So let me get on over to the Jay Prince thing. Let me put up my copyright disclaimer because I'm gonna have to play some of this audio. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair uses are use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And I will be playing this clip from a million audio from $1 million worth of game with Jay Prince for the purposes such of criticism, comment, and news reporting, as well as teaching and research. Okay, so I will keep the disclaimer up here in the top of the screen over here, as y'all can see up here, and right here, yeah, right there, and let me, before I get into the audio, let me just set the stage for why I'm commenting on this. For one, Jay Prince has adopted the persona of the Italians, and I guess he feels like he's either a mafia don or a mobster or one or the other, right? Because his son got his company is called Mob Ties. So it's really just a brand. They're really not, they none of them are Italian. None of them uh, are mobsters. You know, it's just a branding, right? However, they are moving, and what's the word I'm looking for? They are moving and they're structuring the way they move according to mob rules or mobs or the or some type of mob style, right? Now, we know what the mob, and we've seen the movies and the Godfather, and you know, if you don't snitch, you get whacked, and all this other guy, all this shit down to John Gotti and Sammy the Bull, all this, you know, we know the culture, right? Hip hop been adopted the mob culture from the movies, the Godfather movies, this, that, and other. So this is where it comes from. By the time it reaches Jay Prince, son, talking about mob ties and this, that, and other, it's all from movies, right? Now, had they been in the street and structured their street business according to the mafia or mobsters, then that's their business, right? But we know on the surface, they run record labels and they put out music. However, they carry the persona of mobsters. or mafia, or I don't even know what you want to call it. Let's just say mobsters, right? Because since they want to call it mob towns, right? So when this takeoff situation happened, right? This is an ongoing case. This is something that is public record. We seen several people get arrested. I think at least 3 people get arrested on this case. The first 2 guys they got arrested, and then I think they got released. And then this guy that this DJ dude that got arrested for it more recently, and he's out on $1 million bail. Right now, with this being a very publicized incident, and rest in peace, Takeoff, and my condolences to his family, right? But this was a very public incident where we even got to see some of it on video. Now, when this thing took place, it was a whole lot of speculation going on. Police did several press conferences asking people to come forth, this, that, and the other. What was it? What was it? What did the police say? Nobody act like they saw nothing. Nobody want to come forth, this, that, and the third, right? But however, we know some of the players that was there. We knew that uh Quavo and Takeoff was in the company of the Prince family at the time of this incident and early in that day, right? So when this thing happens, with all this information, I'm just curious to know, because technically Jay Prince is doing the right thing by telling. But according to the mob style, he don't supposed to be telling. I'm just saying, like, according to the mob laws, you don't make no statements. You don't do what he did, get on the internet and tell everything that happened, unless according to mob laws, right? Now, for Takeoff family, he just told them what happened. Whether he dry snitching or however you want to look at it, according to the mob laws, you know what I'm saying? Because that ain't mob stuff that he did. And I'm gonna play some of it so y'all can hear it, right? But for that, what Jay Prince did was give the family closure as to how this happened. Now, did he have that same energy in the precinct? Did he go sit down with those people and tell them the same thing? Because on the civilian side of things, that is the right thing to do. But you can't be told all this respect and mobster stuff and get on the internet and do what you did. Now, if you went to the I ain't gonna say it's clear you went to the precinct because you got the paperwork. Because, well, you gotta know somebody to get that police report in the precinct, unless they gave it to you. I don't. That it ain't like a trial happened or anything for you to get any transcripts or anything. So for you to have this dude's statement, you know somebody in the precinct or in the DA's office or something, because you had the paperwork right there. You had Gilly read it. And why would you have it? I'm just saying, from the mob laws, mob style, you don't do that, right? But I understand your sons is in some trouble, or the guy uh, implicated your son's Jazz in this, and this is why you probably, well, this is why you're doing it, but allegedly, this is probably allegedly why you getting on the internet and telling so to save your son, because you got to be doing this with the police. I don't see you not sitting down with the police and telling them what happened, but get on the internet and tell exactly what happened. Like Quavo ain't even do that. And he was a victim of the circumstances. But I just can't respect it. Not when a brother that talk a lot about respect. Like I don't like that ain't mobster shit. I'm sorry. No disrespect, brother. That is not mobster talk. And the fact that you said yourself, or the fact that Gilly said that you called him and said y'all wanted to do the interview, and Gilly and them said they was reluctant to do the interview because of the situation, but you let them know it was good to do the interview because you went and talked to P and QC and them or whoever, and y'all was cool and y'all on the same page. So Gilly said, being that you cool with QC and them, we decided to go ahead and do the interview because y'all on the same accord. The only same accord they on between Quality Control and Jay Prince is fuck Offset. What other same accord would they be on? They not on the same accord of uh Takeoff getting killed. They wasn't there. And thinking about it now, the way that Jay Prince attacked Offset, it's like somebody probably gave him the green light to just go ahead and on that, because they knew if he spoke to people in that side, he knew that wasn't going to be no repercussions going at Offset from them. Like, oh, he out here on his own, and so he could do that, because I don't even understand why would he be shooting at Offset at this time, like getting involved in a family shit, especially when somebody died in they city. Like you gassing up the beef between Offset and Quavo. Like them niggas ain't family. And in this interview is Jay Prince, is Mike, and I think Jay Prince Jr., right? So the whole purpose of this interview to me was to tell exactly what happened publicly, so the either the police or the streets know what happened, so it ain't no repercussions to come to the Prince family. Because in a nutshell, Jay Prince just sat up there and told exactly what the hell happened. He tells exactly what happened. Let me get the audio. What's this with Jay Prince's daughter everybody talking about? Hold on. Let me, something's going on with Jay Prince's daughter. You know what? I'll get to it after.
Wasn't about none of the things that the media and all these, we call them media whores, just trying to capitalize and draw a story that wasn't there. Because we had already been outside a period of time before that wasn't there. Because we had already been outside. Like, stop talking about basketball. You want to talk about basketball? Stop that.
Kim, good looking, Kim.
$1 million worth of game. Yes. Yeah, man. Yes. You see here with the all what it is. You know what I'm saying? And because you had some.
So right here, shout out to Wallow. Wallow asks Mike what took place that night, right? Now, this is my thing. Jay Prince and them, y'all need to just start the movement, yo. Because I'm not mad at what y'all doing as far as telling what happened. But you got to keep that same energy for all the crime in the city, in the neighborhoods, for everybody that get killed. Like, don't come out here. I mean, you do what you want, but it would be a better look for us as black people if y'all did this anytime anybody got killed. Not just to save your son's asses, but to get justice for all the parents that lose they kids out here. When you can put your ear to the streets and find out what happened. Do that for everybody. Go to the police and tell what really happened. Because what you do here is tell on the dude that 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 you feel is responsible for because he made a wrong move or acted when nobody told him to move and it caused Takeoff his life. So you feel like being that he made a wrong move and things got funky and Takeoff got killed, that he should go to jail for Takeoff's murder because it's his fault because he started the whole shit. And that's what Jay Prince is saying in a nutshell. The dude that was with Takeoff and Quavo and them security, when they got to arguing, he said he went and took out his pistol and hit a nigga with it. Bang. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made the whole shootout happen. He didn't shoot Takeoff, but being that he hit one of the dudes from Houston, one action caused a reaction, and Takeoff got killed by accident. It wasn't meant for him, but being the fact that the dude that was with Takeoff in him hit the dude from Houston first, he ain't mad that his little mans and them retaliated because that dude shouldn't have never hit nobody. So yeah, they feel bad that Takeoff died, but they like, yo, don't lock up our people because they shot Takeoff by accident. It wasn't meant for him. Lock up this dude for starting the shit. And what kind of shit is that to be doing publicly? And he says this.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, it was really a beautiful night. You know what I'm saying? We all family, we enjoying. Everybody kicking it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a situation that it turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me saying I'm de-escalating, I'm basically just telling nephew, like, hey, it ain't worth talking about. He's like, man, you want to talk about basketball. It ain't, leave it alone. Stop talking about it. Period. Like, stop talking about basketball. You don't want to talk about basketball. Stop. Like, it wasn't about no dice game. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about no gambling. It wasn't about none of the things that the media and all these, you know, we call them media whores, just trying to capitalize and draw a story that wasn't there. Because we had already been outside a period of time before that other conversation started. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the homies, you know, everybody went outside to smoke. You know what I'm saying? We just sit back, chilling, then they, you know, we gonna talk, they talk basketball. You know what I'm saying? Just nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, so it wasn't that type of situation or that type of energy to where you would feel like something had escalated to where it was just be a problem.
So, okay, so to the people that say, okay, Prince family been doing this for years. Been bringing people down. They've been hosting them. You know, nothing like this ever happened. You feel what I'm saying? What about the people that feel like still nothing should have happened? Because they was with the, you know, they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected. Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, you know, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, you know what I mean, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. You know, when a man attack a situation with a weapon, then
See, you know what? This shit gonna backfire on Jay Prince. This shit gonna backfire on Jay Prince. You watch and see. Because he just incriminated himself just now. He just said we never had nothing like this where somebody hit us before. Now he's talking about I don't know homeboy name that was with Quavo and them. But the dude that when they was talking, whatever, the dude that pistol whipped the dude, that dude is with Jay Prince and them. Jay Prince just said that out his own mouth. Well, we never had nobody hit us before. You just incriminated yourself, brother. You're not thinking. You just said us. You just made it us. We never had nobody hit us before. So you're not mad at your team for responding, but still they accidentally shot somebody. What's his name? Migo Benz? Well, Migo Benz, if Migo Benz went a pistol whip one of his mans, he said it. He's like, yo, we never had nobody come to our city and hit one of us before. And this is where he incriminated his own people. You just made it gang related or mob related.
You know, nothing like this ever happened. You feel what I'm saying? What about the people that feel like still nothing should have happened? Because they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected. Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, you know, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, you know what I mean, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. You know, when a man attack a situation with a weapon, then, you know, it become a playing field where, you know, any and everything goes. So that's what we're dealing with right here. And that's the root of this situation. And he didn't.
This nigga's not smart, boy. Anything goes. Why would you say that? Anything goes. So killing, Takeoff, whatever happens, anything goes, right? You not thinking, brother. You is not thinking. And why is this old man got all these goddamn chains on? Like, is this about being sympathetic to Takeoff's death or about promotion? This nigga got, no disrespect. Jay Prince got on about 6 chains, y'all. And this dude's like, he got to be in his 60s, 70s. He got on like 10 chains, yo. He got on the Rabbit Lot chain. He got on the Maltese chain. He got a 15010, whatever that joint called, Crawford chain. He got on Drake chain, the IO chain. He got on the Maltese chain. Like, this nigga is over gold. He OG. I know his old neck. Yo, you know these little clank, them things be heavy. I know he can't wait for that interview to be over to take all them goddamn chains off. This nigga order off the senior citizen menu, and he up here with 10 chains on like a young nigga.
It should have happened. Because they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected. Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, you know, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, you know what I mean, honoring and being what I guess, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. When a man attack a situation with a weapon, then it
Good
becomes
looking,
a
Kim.
playing field where any and everything goes. So that's what we're dealing with right here, and that's the root of this situation. And he didn't attack the Prince family, but he attacked people that we know, and it was totally unnecessary. You know what I mean? For you to attack a man with a weapon, because what that's going to do is put a man in a position where he want to protect himself, and that was the root of igniting this gunplay.
But to clarify it real quick so they can understand, we're not talking about Takeoff attacking nobody.
No, not at all.
Just so they can understand.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not Takeoff, and not nobody from Houston, attack nobody until the homie that was with them would take off them, whatever his name may be. He giving all kinds of statements on this police report we have, so we can read his name and everything, because he put himself in a position where he's cooperating and telling a lot of different lies. So we may as well shine the light on the real root to the issue, which is this homie, you know what I mean, in this paperwork. So as everybody could see on the video, this dude, without having a green light from Offset, nobody told this man to, you know what I mean, attack somebody, and a Quavo, I mean, you know what I mean. Nobody gave him a green light to attack, a 5'2" guy. This a big nigga, you know what I mean. So I guess he felt like, the little homie is somebody he can just hit and knock out and different things like that, and it was a wrong thing to do, man, and it was an embarrassing thing to do, because it was, like Mike said, it was so unnecessary. It wasn't even that type of atmosphere. Y'all talking about a basketball game. You know what I mean? A 2-on-2, playing a 2-on-2, and now you can turn a misdemeanor into a felony.
The thing that's different about a Virgo vacation home, you always have
Now he just sat there. He had to go to the police and tell them this shit. Ain't no way in hell for the first time he's getting on here and telling this story like this, and got the paperwork of the dude's statement and everything. And like I said, he's saying that the dude is giving statements and implicating his son. And it, so for me, that's the only purpose of this interview, is for Jay Prince to put a public statement out there on what happened, so his son don't get jammed up, which I'm not mad at. But I'm just saying, if you're going to do this and tell the crime before the trial, you got to do this for your whole city. You got to come out every time something happens. You got to come out and you got to come and tell the truth. It just can't be just to save your son. Not when you're talking mob ties. Keep it mafioso throughout the whole city. Solve every crime. Like you went on the $1 million worth of game to solve a crime that didn't even reach court yet.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of people seen the video. It was a few seconds, and Junior, they seen you walking by. we understand that, Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all, but they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
It's the crazy thing about that video, right? Is one scenario is that they see Mike on the ground trying to help Takeoff, but in the video, Mike was right behind me. People didn't peep that. People think that I'm the one who had a voice. I mean, I'm the one who was speaking in the video when I wasn't. If you go back and look at the video, Mike is walking right behind me. They took 3 seconds of a situation where I was caught on video and turned it into what they wanted it to be. But in our actuality, we had been there for a while. Mike was following me so we can go to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands and so he can enlighten me to what transpired, because I wasn't even out there when this transpired. I was inside paying a bill. So I had no knowledge of what had transpired outside. As I'm walking I had just got done paying the bill. As I'm walking to the door, I hear gunshots. And then I also hear bullets coming through the glass. So I got out the way because I was almost at the door. So I end up getting out the way. And sadly, what had taken place had taken place. But in that 3-second clip, it was me and Mike walking to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands and so he can enlighten me to what transpired outside.
There was rumors that after all this occurred, you was the one that took Quavo and them to the hospital. Y'all still was together after that?
I stayed with Quavo. We stayed out there probably like 2 or 3 hours together before we all parted ways and made sure each other was cool. Like, me and him stayed out there. Like, one other person pulled up, but it was me and him that stayed out there for hours after this transpired. So,
Yeah, so it's just interesting how, one can take a 3-second lie.
I don't remember the police saying. I remember police saying everybody was gone when they got to the scene. Because if they stood out there for hours, then
You know what I mean? And contaminate, a bunch of damn fools that'll believe anything that they see. And when in actuality, as you can see, these two was with Quavo, you know what I mean, from beginning to end. They dropped him off. They never left his side, because here's the thing. Takeoff is not the only one got hit that night. You know what I mean? A friend of ours daughter got hit in the head. So somebody could have been mad about that and wanted to come back and do some things. So they was there with the homie. And whenever he decide to speak, he gonna validate.
was that necessary to say? And shout out to the girl that got hit. I did see pictures of her, so we hope you're doing well, sister. But did he have to say that girl's people could have came back and wanted to do something too?
Everything we saying, Quavo, you know what I mean? Because he know he was never abandoned. He know he was never disrespected. He know every time he have came to Houston, it been nothing but love and respect. That's why he came so many times.
When you hear Houston, you hear mob ties. And some people would say that it's some type of protocol for people to check in when they come to the city. And this coming from a person like me and Gil, we ain't never check in when we came to the city. So is there supposed to be a certain protocol for people to check in?
And I'll begin with me, and then he can speak, and they can speak for the other generation. But I'm a never, you know what I mean? We don't have time for no sucker shit like that. You know, now a lot of people from the different police departments and all these different people want to insinuate like we extorting people. They have to check in. Man, that ain't no money in that shit. I wouldn't have. I got more money than I could spend, right? So I don't want to say go give you what that shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna turn out right because real niggas ain't gonna have that no way. You know, check in for what? But on the flip side, there is what you call a brownie point to be able to have us as friends. You know what I mean? I don't want to impose or force myself to embrace nobody. But by the same token, those that I respect and I befriend, there is a difference coming into the city as our friend versus by yourself. You know what I mean? And the difference is we are respected. You know, we are respected, and everybody with us, we're going to demand that they be respected. But it ain't no trying to extort or trying to force. We don't need that. That's fake love. All right. We don't want that.
Because it seemed like, and why is it that a high percentage of things that take place that might go wrong? Why is mob ties?
Rand up, good looking.
Man, you know, all a bank, and you know, the police or somebody is shooting everybody, even the police department.
Now, this here is where I really feel like Jay Prince is tripping. Because what he's trying to say is now that Migo bands should go to jail for Takeoff's murder because he started the whole shit. And the scenario he tried to use is the scenario which happens in like a federal crime in a bank robbery. Like if let's say we robbing a bank and the police kill somebody by accident because we get in the shootout with them. And they kill somebody, not me, you know, or my team that's robbing the bank, right? Say the police shoot at us and they make a mistake and hit somebody or whatever. Then by law in the federal crime, federal law, if somebody dies in the process of us doing a crime, if on the by the hands of the law, then that body goes on us. That body goes on the people that was committing the crime, right? Jay Prince he mind fucked Gilly into thinking that applies in all crimes, and it doesn't. That only applies in state crime. I mean, in the federal crime, like in a bank robbery type of crime, right? So Jay Prince is sitting here trying to say that Mio Bands need to go to jail because if he didn't hit their friend, then they wouldn't have retaliated and take off when they got hit.
Around the root of what really happened. Now, there's a law that goes on around the world where if me and you go rob a bank and, you know, the police or somebody is shooting, trying to protect that bank, right? And hit some innocent person, who you think get that charge? The person that shot that innocent person, or the root of the situation that was robbing that bank?
The root.
Okay, that's what we're dealing with right here. You know what I mean? This dude is the root of this shit. You know what I mean? And from what I done read in this police report, you know, where he's, you know, killing on everything he can tell on Jazz, and you know what I mean, he moving on to say he was trying to be robbed, and man, don't nobody who want to rob, you know, them little dudes, the last thing they would have done was violated and tried to rob Quavo. Me and Quavo done walked in the hood of Fifth Ward, me, him, and Jazz, by ourselves in the whole hood. And when by the time we hit a few corners, we had 100 plus walking with us. You know what I mean? So he know firsthand. Well, no, that's like a lie to justify that dumb shit that he done. And you know, that's just the root of the shit, man. If I could change it, I would change it. If I was God, I would have reached and grabbed and stopped the bullet from hitting the loved one, because I love him that much. You know what I mean? But I was in the bed sleep.
Just to
This nigga said if he was God, he'd have reached and grabbed the bullet and stopped him because he loved him that much. But I was in the bed sleep. Nigga, God ain't in the bed sleep no goddamn way. What are you talking about? This nigga said, if I was God, I would have been there. I would have stopped the bullet so it wouldn't have hit him. But I was home asleep. Okay, Superman. Yo, you're a stupid ass. So you should be talking about pillows and comforters.
Why don't you own apartment buildings? Seriously, why?
Now, this right here is where I feel like Jay Prince really lost his mind as far as being a mobster. This ain't no mobster shit right here.
So nice to just read some of this police report. Just some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words. You know, I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene.
Yo, did they just say this dude's name, bro? I know Migo Bands is, we know now his real name is, his first name is Willie. Yo, this nigga brought the paperwork and giving his statement to the police. Yo, bro, you know he's plugged in to have this dude's statement, right? To have his statement, he has to be plugged in with somebody at the court, the precinct, the DA's office. This the trial ain't happened yet for him to even have his statement already, yo. Yo, this is, yo, wow.
I had to stay, but he was heartbroken by this shit, man. You know, he was heartbroken all the way up until this day.
How do you, it was a lengthy police report.
Yeah.
By the guy that was mainly involved with this situation. And how do you feel about things that were said in that police report?
Man, you know, if Gilly would be so nice to just read some of this police report. Just some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words. You know, I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now, we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece how I feel about that bullshit. Now, clearly, this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was gonna punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think gonna happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you gonna hit them? You know, these people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready to rob Quavo. And Lord knows if anybody.
Jay Prince, brother. This interview is going to come back to haunt your ass, boy. Jay Prince, this interview is going to come back to bite you in your ass. Trust me when I tell you. Did he just not say, which they can use as a character witness for the dudes that got locked up, that if anybody would have came, any of Quavo and them enemies would have came their way while they was hanging with them guys, they would have had a problem. You are just building the character that these kids are exactly who they said they are. Migo bands fucked around and they got a problem, right? Jay Prince, you was not thinking this through, brother.
Any of them people would have tried to rob or touch Quavo, it was gonna be some real problems. So that's just not true.
You want me to finish reading?
Yeah, might as well. Let's let them know how. This dude, here's what he doing, Gilly. This dude right here is running back in Atlanta, getting on the real niggas. So we have to give him $1 million worth of game. Let them know. Now, this is what he doing out here in Houston. Now, if he running up under y'all and you embrace him, that's on y'all. But I can't hide it from him. I want him to know. Yeah, and I know y'all them kind of people, so let's let them know.
He believed.
Translation. Migo bands got some protection. So Jay Prince gonna use his statement to smoke him out, like, yo, your man out here giving statements.
Was probably Cameron Joshua shooting at him. So he began shooting at Cameron Joshua. Video showed that Joshua ran back inside the bowling alley, but there is no video evidence showing firing a gun.
Now, just this little piece of
Say hello to a new way to rent, where you can be in Seattle in March, LA in October.
who he's saying. This when he put my son's name in his mouth.
From right here, a large black male with the victim's group later identified as Willie Bland is seen either striking or...
No. Let's go to part where he say who gave him a gun and all that kind of stuff.
But Willie Bland further stated he initially obtained the gun that he discharged from Jazz Prince, who was hosting the group, including Willie Takeoff and Quavo, while they visited Houston. Willie stated that he had asked Jazz for a gun, and Jazz provided them with one that was in the truck.
Now listen at that. Now, Quavo, as I stated, is Jazz's brother. So of course, Jazz don't mind making sure, the homie got some heat, because we understand that what goes on, right?
This dude is not smart. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why would this man sit here and say his son gave that man a gun? Just because the dude said it in a statement, that don't make it true. You better hope that gun was clean and it was Jazz's gun and not from the streets, and he gave him some random gun. Why would Jay Prince say, yo, yeah, we gave him a gun because we know what's going on out there like that? Bro, nigga asked you for a gun, higher security. If you need a gun, higher security. He just said his son gave him a gun, yo. So the gun that, if his son would have gave him no gun, none of this shit would have happened. Or maybe no gunplay would have happened.
Quavo, as I stated, is Jazz's brother. So of course, Jazz don't mind making sure, the homie got some heat, because we understand that what goes on, right? But now you got this clown, and I don't know how it ended up in his hand, but it ended up in his hand. This clown is saying somebody want to rob him that gave him a gun. Why would you give a man a gun and try to rob him? You know what I mean? This shit just don't add up and make sense, man, is what I'm getting to. And I'm just trying to get people to realize how big a damn fool this dude here is. And now he ratting all over the place and ran back.
Jay Prince, brother. Jay Prince, brother. Boy, you are not the smartest motherfucking apple on the tree right now, brother. You out here trying to do damage control and you are making it worse. Now you just affiliated the little Cam dude with your son. The dude said little Cam and them he felt was going to rob, not Jazz. And you saying, yo, why would Jazz give him a gun if he was going to rob him? Dude said the other niggas was going to rob him. But you just now affiliated them together. Yeah, Jazz may have gave him the gun, but those niggas that's in the incident, they with Jazz. You just affiliated them together. You see, yo, bro, you not thinking. You not thinking.
Got some heat because we understand that what goes on, right? But no. Just go to Paul Wade, say who gave him a gun and all that kind of stuff.
Willie Bland further stated he initially obtained the gun that he discharged from Jazz Prince, who was hosting the group, including Willie Takeoff and Quavo, while they visited Houston. Willie stated that he had asked Jazz for a gun, and Jazz provided him with one that was in the truck.
Now listen at that. Now, Quavo, as I stated, is Jazz's brother. So of course, Jazz don't mind making sure, the homie got some heat because we understand that what goes on, right? But now you got this clown, and I don't know how it ended up in his hand, but it ended up in his hand. This clown is saying somebody want to rob him that gave him a gun. Why would you give a man a gun and try to rob him? You know what I mean? This shit just don't add up and make sense, man, is what I'm getting to. And I'm just trying to get people to realize how big a damn fool this dude here is. And now he ratting all over the place and ran back and, and bust shots and ran to the airport and ran his ass back immediately. You know what I mean? He didn't care nothing about the homie Takeoff. As soon as he done that, he went straight to the airport and tore ass home. But I'm going to leave you with all this paperwork, and you can look at it later on.
Don't leave me with this shit. I'm leave you with all this ragged shit.
Y'all going to Atlanta, right? Yeah, but that's what I love about $1 Million Worth of Game because, you know what I mean? We ain't about that fake shit, and we're going to let it be known, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Let that shit, definitely when it comes to these rats, we can't protect them kind of individuals.
I'm gonna say this, I think we living in a time in the hip hop culture where it's though a lot of us, as we move around, we got to be more level minded.
Yeah.
We got to use security. We got to communicate with each other. I think we just got to be more respectful of one another, and we got to be thankful for the opportunities that hip hop has provided us with. There's a lot of brothers out here on the ground that wish they had the opportunities. A lot of dudes is taking penitentiary chances every day to take care of their family, to take care of their kids. But then there's a lot of brothers that don't have to no more. And they out, they in a better situation. And I just want to say this to a lot of people, man. If you ain't a street nigga, don't wait till you get some rap money, get millions of dollars and become one. Because what's happening is, and this ain't got nothing to do with this situation right here, but what I'm seeing in the rap culture is that a lot of dudes was in the neighborhood. Only thing they did was rap. They even played sports, they rap. But soon as they got the millions and they got a bunch of dudes that's in the street that now gonna listen to them because they want to go for the ride, they want to get taken care of, they want to get broke off. Now they become this ultimate street nigga. They talk to people crazy. They carry themselves crazy. They on social media talking gangster shit. Any real dude that ever operated outside of the law, did penitentiary time, or didn't go to the penitentiary, was in the street game, ducking the police, ducking the stick-up man, ducking the killers, ducking all the bullshit. They not trying to be no street nigga. They waiting for the nearest opportunity to get out the game. The real cats that really go through this shit because they know what they up against. So why do y'all guys wait till y'all get millions of dollars and want to be tough-ass street niggas?
We've arrived, Mr. Dog.
Time to slip in. All righty.
Shout out to Wallow. Because he was talking to the people in the room. Even though he said this ain't for this situation, the shit applies to so many different people. But Jay Prince's sons fall under that umbrella of Like Jay Prince said, he got more money than he could spend. So why would his kids ever need to be in the streets? Why would they ever need to be in the mob or any type of gang or anything? It's an infatuation from the street life. If Jay Prince played ball, his sons would be playing ball. If that nigga was a lawyer, they'd probably be lawyers. But Rapping Lot got nothing but a street persona from the street rappers that been on it, and him, Jay Prince, being in the street before rap. Now that persona done spilled over to his kids to the point where they sitting out right now doing the interview, and the interview ain't even about no fucking music. They not up there promoting no artists. They up there because Gilly and Wallow and them was like, yo, why death keep happening around y'all niggas? Why y'all name keep coming up and shit with when it come to checking in Houston and people getting robbed in dice games and this that. This ain't about no goddamn music. This conversation ain't about no fucking music. And if that's Jay Prince, you welcome to come in here, brother. Please tell me why you doing what you doing. I would love to talk to you about it. Let me drop the link for you. That's what the link looked like. If that's Jay Prince, come on up in here, brother. We could talk. Saying to my yo, this clown ain't hating on Jay-Z today. Nigga, if you feel like I hate on Jay-Z, why are you coming tuning in? You must wait. What you want me to talk about him? I don't understand y'all niggas. Why do you come and watch if you hate me talking about Jay-Z? That link is for Jay Prince. If that is Jay Prince. Hell's General, I'm not letting nobody up here. This nigga said his name is Hell's General. You know damn well you ain't coming up in here. People trying to get out the streets, they trying to glorify and go back to the streets. And just like Wallow said just now, and that last little piece, like niggas is trying to get out the streets, and y'all get money and want to be street niggas. Like, I don't sit here and talk about my street life. Never have y'all seen me sit here and glorify any goddamn street stories. And I got a bunch of horror goddamn stories that'll be very entertaining. But that ain't, I'm not here to do that because niggas won't see the repercussion in the story. They'll glorify the shit that I did. So I don't talk about no street shit. And I probably did more shit than half these niggas. But I thank God that one, the streets ain't take me under, and I ain't fucking go to jail for a lot of that shit. So I be happy to be that shit is my past. Opposed to all, you know, you got some YouTubers, them niggas tell jail stories. Other niggas want to talk about crimes, how much drugs they sold, this, that, and other. Hey, that's just not me. It ain't any nigga that's out here bragging about how much goddamn drugs he sold has no fucking heart. Because all the destruction that you cause in households, you must have an addict and living in your house to know what it's like on the other side. I done been through some real ill shit with some against some real ill niggas. But you ain't gonna never catch me up on fucking Vlad or anything else talking about none of that shit. I ain't even got pictures from my street life. We ain't even take pictures. I'm just saying though, for Jay Prince to sit there and practice the whole mob style life, or his son do, or I mean, he carrying it on too, but it's like what y'all did on $1 million worth of game. If y'all didn't do it in the precinct, y'all might as well have did it in the precinct. It's the same shit. Because we watch these court cases. They're going to take your statement that you used or that interview, and they're going to use it in court. A lot of us had addicts in the house, but these people don't act like it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas sit down and brag about how much drugs they sold. Like, what the hell? I just feel like, yo, man, if that's the direction that we are going now, or I ain't gonna say we, if that's the direction that the mobsters and the gangsters are going now, where you go on on a platform and you tell the DA exactly what happened in that interview, and that if that's the movement now, then let's save our neighborhoods. Let's save our cities. Let's save our peoples. Every time somebody get killed, people just do what Jay Prince did. Go on $1 million worth of game or any of these other shows and then tell exactly what happened. That's it. It'd be more crime solved and probably be less crime because people know that people will go and tell exactly what happened. Like you cannot tell me that what Jay Prince did and Gilly did, Gilly reading the paperwork, saying this nigga name, ain't no form of dry snitching, yo. The world don't know he made a statement. That's to come out in court. Gilly read that man's name and his statement that he gave to the police that nobody's supposed to know about until that shit come out in court. How the hell they get the statement, yo? Where they get the statement from? Or who's been charged for you to on your family side that you could get the paperwork? I don't know if I'm talking over some of your heads, but it's a lot of street niggas right now that had cases that's wondering, like Choke, you got a point. How this nigga got the paperwork and reading this man's statement that he gave, and they not even at pre-trial yet. They not even nowhere near trial yet. And nobody from his family is indicted yet. So where you get the paperwork from? Or is it from do you got the paperwork because of Little Cam in him? I'm just saying, Jay Prince, you wild, boy. You are a wild boy for this one. Not talking mob ties, brother. I'm just saying. Why would you come in and read that man's statement publicly? This game is different. This game is different. I don't think Gilly wanted to do it. I just don't think they knew how to tell him no. I don't know, bro. But Jay Prince, man, no disrespect, brother. I hope you're not upset. But if you need to talk to me, I can get you my number. You can DM me on Instagram. It's Choke No Joke Official. You know, and I'm only saying that because I seen your check mark in the comment if that was you. But like I said, I hope you're not offended by anything I said. But you got to make it make sense, brother. Rest in peace, True Goy. De La Soul. You already know. Choke No Joke. They talking about Rihanna's performing. So, you know what? I guess I missed it, but you know it will be on YouTube in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. Choke No Joke. I'm out. Choke No Joke out here in DR. My man Delvin. See him?
Yeah. In Dominican Republic.
All right.
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah. Choke No Joke.
Primo, you ain't want to give me no beat, so I'm stealing one. Take it personal. You know you my guy, Primo, love you. You gonna give me a beat after this one. I never thought that you would cry at me, go against me, and backstab me. Third eye is strong, word is bond. Put you on the fakes, and now you won. I gave you support, and you play me. For those who play with butt, yeah, I'm talking Breakfast Club, Revolt, whatever. All I know is birds of a feather. Hang with those that they hate. Once the realness, now you fake, and I see through you. What you gon' do when they book you and your Duke shoot? I know you think I'm expose you. This ain't no threat, take it personal. Choke no joke. 2023, it's on me. You hear me? 2023 is on me. They say why I don't come around the game, cause all y'all do is undercover gay, and I don't play those fucking games. Yo, stop the track, I'm fucking Slay. Rest in peace, K Slay, man. Let's get to the next one. Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Let's go.
Supreme Bigger Figure, Big Cap, The Warden, The Club King,
the DJ Johnny Walker Red,
MC Frank Jigger, the celebrity's choice,
Sean Brophy, sound engineer,
Choke No Joke, legendary videographer,
Sterling Cox, I was the head of security,
Alpha Grenier.
My name is V.
Omega.
Big G.
Vim Rock from the legendary Naughty by Nature.
Styles P the Ghost, LOX, D Block.
Tech Smith and Wesson.
LB Fan, Mr. Cheeks.
The Cool, the DJ, the Red Alert.
Kid Capri.
The tunnel was a hip-hop nucleus.
It was the epicenter.
It was the domain, the temple.
It was the Mecca.
Nothing was that melting pot of hip-hop.
They kept the paradigm going.
It's almost like what Rucker did for street basketball. The tunnel was that of music industry.
My Sunday ritual going to the tunnel was, I'm telling you, your ass better be there.
You just pretty much did push-ups.
We had to drink a couple bottles of Hennessy, go get smoked.
Leave the jewelry and watches at home.
Before you even get to the tunnel, you gotta get on the block.
You started from 11th Avenue, and when you got to that door, the search procedures was no other.
First time I ever heard of take your shoes off, open your mouth, was in the tunnel. It was damn near everything but a full cavity search.
Security at the tunnel was no joke.
The beatdowns did happen.
Some of them, you had that chain out, that shit was leaving with one of them niggas.
We had a handful of cats. When we were taking you out, they were digging in your pockets.
The code check at the tunnel was crazy because you ain't know if you was gonna get your shit back.
Sometimes the bloops happen where you might not get your coat.
A lot of boys wanted to get their girls some fur coats, you know, so I mean, it was free.
The bar was always on till at the tunnel.
You might get fake alcohol. Bartenders might have got counterfeit.
The dance floor is always rocking.
It looked like a video all the time.
The tunnel had a very unique situation at the bathroom. It was co-ed.
The bathroom was Sodom and Gomorrah.
I was like this, looking, trying to look past the dudes like when they was going in the urinal.
The tunnel was a one-stop shop. They had food, they had alcohol, drugs.
I saw weed the tub. It was just oozing money.
Backstage is like the club amongst the club.
That's where all the so-called stars who was scary to be in the crowd, that's where they hung out at.
The dopest things about the tunnel for me to remember is hearing my records get played up in there.
The top maybe of all time tunnel banger.
Or anything Bad Boy.
Every Biggie record, any shit by Hov.
Shook Woods was bananas in there.
Nori Capone, that Bang Bang.
Andy Up.
Any one of Buster joints, Wild Out would actually start a fight.
The best performance I ever seen, Jay-Z performed in front of the DJ booth. The DJ booth was bouncing like a ball.
Snoop and Dre. When Dre was there.
DMX, Get At Me, Dog.
The king of the tunnel was Jay-Z.
Busta Rhymes.
DMX is the king.
Queen of the tunnel.
Mary J. Blige.
Foxy and Lil' Kim.
Eve.
King of the tunnel record label-wise was Def Jam.
Bad Boy.
The best DJ at the tunnel was Flex.
Big Cap, all day. Flex used to break off the records, but he used to try to bully Cap, like, don't spin this, because when I get here, I want to spin it. No, nigga, fuck wrong with you?
What the tunnel did for artists, it solidified their street music.
That gave us a platform, set up Rough Riders, Rockefeller, Bad Boy, slew of other artists.
The closing of the tunnel, it was kind of sad because that was a big piece of hip-hop.
So losing the tunnel was like a little kid losing Disney.
A famous mosque closing down.
I think when the tunnel closed, it was necessary. Niggas was coming to miss me.
When you hear people of the late 70s talked about Studio 54, the tunnel was the Studio 54 of hip-hop.
choke, no joke. You already know. The game is at halftime, y'all. If you're from Philadelphia, you should be happy because the Chiefs are losing right now. Here's the score, y'all. 14-24. All right? 14-24 is the score for the Super Bowl. All right? Catch the second half, and I'll holler at y'all tomorrow, all right? Peace and love.